Hi guys, happy Friday. Well, kinda. Maybe. Friday. It's Friday. Yuck. So, alright, today I'm going to finish up with part 11. Jesus. Part 11 with the Power Tarot, and we still have a long ways to go. So, alright. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Anything fun? Anything fun? I just seen Florida on TV. Oh my god. I seen Daytona, the track, the racetrack. Wow, it's gone. It's like completely flooded. I hope you guys are all safe. That's scary shit. Very scary shit. Wow. So yeah, we're getting a little bit of what you guys are getting, only just windy. That's it. And yeah, the book is done. I'm so lost. I'm so completely lost now that the book is done. I don't know what to do with myself. It's terrible. So, okay. Where did we leave off yesterday? The pages? Pages. Alright. When pages represent people, they are usually young children or adolescents. Quite often, a page may turn out for an adult who is emotionally immature. I know quite a few of those. Pages also represent messages or communication. They usually pertain to the beginning of whatever is represented by their suit. So, you always want to look for surrounding cards, what position it falls into, all that good stuff. Alright, so the Page of Wands. He is an adventurous, a spiritual, fun-loving, charismatic, and easily bored. This page has a tendency to begin projects he doesn't finish, to seek without quite understanding what he's looking for, and to think that he knows more than he actually does. He often represents creative seeds you have planted that are now beginning to sprout. The project you've been nursing for months is nearly ready to be presented. The novel you've been writing is almost finished. You're ready to enroll for a weekend workshop involving spiritual growth. His astrological, I don't know where I got historical from. His astrological element is fire, and he is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Yeah, no clue where that came from. So, right, Page of Wands within the context of a reading. You look for an agent for your novel or screenplay. Weird synchronicities. You begin experimenting with out-of-body travel. Oh, and other non-ordinary realities. Regardless of your chronological age, you are touched by the wild spirit of youth. Don't abandon your goals. Success lies within your grasp. Very good card. So, okay. Within the context of work. Expect messages concerning work or employment. If you've applied for a job, you hear that you got it. You initiate new projects or take over projects started by other people. This may entail a ghostwriting gig. Why is writing coming up in everything I read? An editing job? No. I suck. Or some freelance endeavor. Paired with the world, it may indicate a prize, award, or recognition for work you've done. New opportunities seem to appear out of the blue. Alright, so within the context of romance, a phone call or email you have been hoping for arrives. A new relationship sails into your life, and it's just the kind of the kind of partnership you've been hoping for. Fun, exciting, fulfilling. You and your significant other share common interest in books and theater, spiritual topics, and may even work together. No. If I had a significant other and they worked with me, I would kill them. No, not literally, but maybe. Alright, so, within the context of finances, your financial outlook improves. Your application for a mortgage with a lower interest rate is approved. You've received a refund check you weren't expecting. A loan is repaid with interest. Get a break on your credit card debt. financial rewards come your way from some project that you've launched. Now is the time to start a prepaid college program for your child or children. Do it, seriously. It's worth it. Very, very worth it. Alright, so within the context of health, no two ways around it. You need to make some changes in your eating and lifestyle habits. Cut out the fatty foods. Go on a diet that you can live with. Join an exercise class. Take a meditation course. Combine the physical with the spiritual. And pay attention to the seemingly random cues, synchronicities in your life. This leads to improved health. Alright, so in the context of spirituality, discover your bliss and pursue it. Free yourself of limitations and restrictions imposed on you by others. You're going through a season of rebirth. It's spring in your heart. Wake up, move out of the darkness and into the light. Very hard to do. Alright, so within the context of empowerment, your point of power lies in the present. So, does that make sense to anybody? Do I have any pages on here? Okay, the Page of Cups. He's sensitive, emotional, loving, and often psychic. He works best behind the scenes and often finishes what other people start. His powerful imagination is one of his strongest assets, and provides him with a deeply creative and spiritual bent. His astrological element is water, so that would be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpios. Where did I go? Oh, there I am. This page focuses on expansion, new beginnings, creative and spiritual development. His voice is the intuitive whisper that nudges you in the right direction at the right time. That prompts you to pluck a certain book off a shelf, which just happens to provide you with information that you need. So, the context of the Page of Cups within work. In a reading. Sorry. Something new is born in your life. The book idea you've mulled over the last few months finally spills out of you and right into your computer. Obviously, yes. Wow, weird. Seriously. Where did I go? Your business expands. Finances take an upward swing. A pregnancy or the birth of a child is a distinct possibility. Now that would make me rich. I think that would make any man rich. Right. The Page of Cups within the context of work. I think any man would become fucking filthy rich if they gave birth. Literally. So, the professional doldrums you've experienced recently are swallowed by an emotional freshness that surges in your career. It sweeps you to the place you long to be. You suddenly find yourself in the right place at the right time. A measure you've anticipated arrives and fills you with renewed hope. I need that. I need some inspiration, some renewal of something. My God. So, okay. The Page of Cups within the context of a romance. A new relationship or message indicating or concerning an existing relationship puts you in the space where you want to most be. All things now seem possible. You and your significant other may decide to live together. I would kill that person. No. It's not happening. Quit it, book. Together. Live together. No. If one or both of you have children, make them feel a part of the decision. Aww. I keep seeing all these freaking commercials with kids. The Shriners.org. Shriners Hospital. With the little boy in the wheelchair, and he's got that little cute blanket. And he is just the most adorable little thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I want to go into that hospital, and I want to hug all of those little kids, and just tell them how amazing they are. They seriously make my day. It's the only commercial that makes my day. I love it. Baby fever. Not good. So, okay, the Page of Cups within the context of finances. You get a break, and it abrades your recent anxiety about money. Listen to your intuition about investments. Buy stock in new companies, or in those that exhibit a social Conscience. If you're looking for land or a home, don't buy impulsively. Well, obviously you would not want to buy impulsively on a home. Check out the fine print. Alright, so within the context of health. Your emotions, positive or negative, show up almost immediately in your body. Yeah, they do. Most vulnerable are your feet, legs, and reproductive system. Instead of rushing off to the doctor for a quick fix, listen first to your body. What is it trying to tell you? Coupled with the Empress, you're pregnant. Paired with the Eight of Swords, your labor may be long. With the Four of Swords, an abortion or miscarriage is possible. Alright, within the context of spirituality, don't lose sight of your emotional enthusiasm. Study the esoteric sciences that seize your interest and cultivate an inner stillness. Cultivate that inner stillness, which would be resting bitch face. There, perfect. No smiling, gives you wrinkles. Damn it. Alright, within the context of empowerment. Once you seek your true path, you open yourself up to all possibilities. Alright, Page of Pentacles. He is the student apprentice of the tarot. He signifies the type of enthusiasm and wonder that young children bring to new projects. Totally fascinated with his studies, he makes little distinction between work and play. Think of him as the equivalent of the computer nerd who is completely immersed in his virtual world. Just like trends, they're all decided by a bitchy gay guy typing behind his laptop. Not me. I'm nice. Sometimes. Like the Fool, the Page of Pentacles is a perpetual beginner. There is a strong connection to the energy of the earth and to the solitary journey of the vision quest. Life is seen as a continual rite of initiation. Right, so the Page of Pentacles within the context of a reading. Practical idealism, finances, and education are primary in your life right now. Your enthusiasm infects others. I like that word, infect. It infects others and carries you into a state of mind where work and play become interchangeable. Expect messages regarding money, contract, negotiations, all forms of financial wheeling and dealing. Sounds like a car salesman. So, context within the context of work. You tie up a deal on property. You lease for your new business. You receive good news concerning clients. Paired with the Seven of Wands, you sign a contract for a book proposal. I don't know why these are popping up like this. A product you're promoting or a home you've listed for sale. Any tests you've taken bring in high grades. Paired with the Magician, you may get hung up on the computer gaming. So what? Enjoy it. God, no. And whoever keeps sending me requests to play whatever pirate, stop it. Stop it. I will delete you. I hate that shit. Who plays pirates? What? How do you play pirates? Like, really? I kind of gay. If I want to play pirates, I'm gonna go play pirates the right way. Alright, the context of the Page of Pentacles within romance. Sorry. Your sense of responsibility about an existing relationship overweighs whatever emotional oblivions you feel. You're compelled to see things through to wherever they're going to go, even if your heart isn't completely in it. A karmic connection between you and your significant other must be resolved before you can move on. It's funny, I was listening to a lot about reincarnation last night. The grandparents, with the significance of grandparents within Spiritism. And it shows how younger people the ones that are connected to their grandparents the most come back as their grandparents, or become that cycle within their families, and they become that grandparent. It's strange. It was very strange. Alright, context within finances. You're in a period now where your money sense is right on. Messages and communications about pending deals heighten your self-confidence. You know you're going to make that sale. Clinch that deal. Clinch your butt cheeks. It can make you reach very high notes. I learned that on The Voice. I did. I watched The Voice for once, and that's what I learned. America does not have talent. Clinch that deal. Sell that property. You can't be deterred from your goals. So, alright, within the context of health. Yeah, America has no talent. Oh my god. Well, no, everybody does, but I'm just saying. The Voice. Okay, so, health. Any problems you may... Okay, any problems you may have may be messages from your inner self trying to seize your attention. The most vulnerable areas of your body are your knees, digestive system, neck, and shoulders. What is making you uptight? What scares you so deeply you are hesitant to move forward? Clowns. Ask the answers. Oh, ask. The answers are there. So, within the context of spirituality, it won't be long before you're teaching others what you've learned. Weird. This is especially true when this card is paired with the Hermit. Very interesting. Right, within the context of empowerment, you approach every activity with enthusiasm. The reward interests you less than the work itself. I like that one. Alright, Page of Swords. He's a complete dick. I don't know that word, so he's a complete dick. He relates to crusading, assertiveness, okay, yeah, I was right, and outspoken communication, but also indicates a tendency not to take problems seriously. He finds it easier to detach from problems than rather solve them. He maintains the posture of whatever an ironic observer, and can sometimes... What is that word? Then degenerate into spying on other people. He's all air. An airhead, so a dick. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And no, I'm not making fun of any of those people. Like the Queen of Swords, the page is linked to Pallas Athena, the warrior goddess of ancient Greece. The connection to Athena emphasizes that the sword represents intellect and that the page symbolizes the active, curious mind. As a significator, choose this card for a swarthy young child of either gender. The fuck is my computer doing? Stop it. Oh, it stopped. Cool. Alright. Where'd I go? Where'd I go, guys? Oh, okay, so the Page of Swords within the context of a reading. It may be that the people you are involved with don't take you seriously. The heart-to-heart talk will help clear the air, but be prepared for some constructive criticism. Expect news concerning legal affairs, a summons, or a contract. You study topics that fire your intellect. Interesting. Okay, so in the context of work, you lock horns with a coworker who thinks he's your intellectual superior. Ooh. Don't lose your temper. No, I didn't. I burned all those bridges. Don't preach your point of view. The matter can be resolved by exploring his side of the argument without losing sight of compromising your principles. You receive a contract you've been waiting for. Let your attorney look it over before you sign. So, within the context of romance, you and your significant other disagree on several major points in your relationship. You each try to change the other's mind about the issue. Wow. Synchronicity is bad. and exercise infertility. Just back off. Give yourself some space and the whole thing blows over. Significant developments then unfold. Paired with Two of Cups, one of those developments could be marriage. God, no. Within the context of finances. Your financial acumen is considerable, but sometimes naive. Seek out the experts. A real estate broker to sell your property, an attorney to pursue your contacts, a stockbroker to advise you on purchases and sales. Learn to delegate. You can't do it all by yourself. Yes, I can. I can. No, I can't. Alright, so within the context of health, you're burned out by long hours, too much work and no play. Take a long weekend and do what you love best. You'll return with a fresh perspective and renewed energy. Nagging health problems demand research, so throw yourself into it and come up with a lifestyle plan that suits you. Paired with the Three of Swords, surgery may be indicated. Oh, no, okay, moving on. Within the context of spirituality, admit it, you need to attend to the larger issues in your life. Set realistic goals for your spiritual development. Take classes, join a church, no, or a religious group, no. Enroll in workshops. Treat yourself to a psychic reading. Do whatever it takes to get back on track. So, within the context of empowerment, you're a powerful thinker with a curious mind and keen insight into the human condition. Alright, so, the minor arcana. Those were just the pages, the kings, queens, pages, knights, all of that. Significator cards. We haven't even gotten to the minor arcana yet. And this is part 11, I think. Yeah, part 11. So, this is fun. I love this. I love this book. I love the meanings of the cards. They're giving me so much more insight into the tarot. Okay. So, ouch. God damn it. I gotta get comfortable. It's gonna be a long reading. I would not be good at standing with people and reading my book to them. No, read the book yourself. Alright, so, the minor arcana. You're in a foreign city. Your passport and your money have been stolen. You don't speak the language, and you don't have a clue whether the American embassy is. In terms of the tarot, this situation falls under the energy of a major. What card do you guys think that would be? A catastrophe? Falling apart? Falling down? The Tower. Where'd I go? Oh. As you're wandering around trying to read a map that might as well be written in hieroglyphs, you bump into a guy you worked with 8 years ago in Denver. I better not bump into anybody who I met 8 years ago in Denver. He not only speaks the language, he's been living in this city for the last 2 years. And even better, he's got a buddy at the embassy who expedites everything for you. Wow. Are men that nice these days? Within a few hours, sorry guys. Within a few hours, you have a replacement passport, money, and your friend has offered you a free accommodations. In terms of the tarot, this turn of events will fall under the energy of minor arcana cards, the Six of Cups, and perhaps the Ace of Pentacles. So, this visionette illustrates how the energy of the major arcana cards is manifested through the minors, even though your trip was thrown into utter chaos by the left, the Tower. It was ultimately resolved in a positive way because you reconnected with your friend who helped you procure a new passport, faster than you would have on your own, and you ended up with a free place to stay. And I'm sure he was wanting something out of that. Sorry, I'm a man-hating rampage today. Literally. Not anybody on here. I love you all. All my guys on here, I love you all. Lucifer Morningstar, you're safe. Completely safe. You're not even a man. Thank you. Thank you. I don't get along with men. Straight men, yes. Gay men. You guys only. Alright. Getting to know the minors. The minors are divided into 4 suits, each with 10 numbered pip cards, just like a regular deck of playing cards. Even though there are more of these cards, there are 40 minor cards. Than of the major of court cards, the pips are easier to learn because you can group them by numbers or by suits. Keep charts 1 and 2 handy while you're learning the meanings. So once you know what each card means, you have to be able to integrate the definitions to weave a story, just as you do with the majors. This takes practice, but it's actually easier than it may seem at first. It's a lot easier than any book will make anything seem. Once they're all laid there. It's gonna storm. Holy crap. This wind. That wind's scary. Go back down south. No. Just blow away. It keeps blowing even harder. So. Where did I go? Yeah, it's a lot easier once you have all your cards spread out. Then you know. You can definitely create a story. And especially for very visual people, artistic visual people, you can actually make a very good story with the tarot, and it's just awesome. So that's another way you can incorporate spirituality into shock pop culture. So, relative importance of the minor arcana. So we consider the 22 cards of the major arcana to be the most powerful in the deck because they concern major issues in our lives. The pip cards, however, are important precisely because they pertain to the events that are important on a daily basis. So, major, worldly, archetypal energy, that type of thing. Minors, details, daily things. So most questions directed to a tarot reader don't relate to long-term goals or archetypal situations. They are about the here and the now in terms of work and career, romance, finances, health, family, and spiritual matters. Okay, so when interpreting the cards in the spread, we suggest that you give equal weight to the majors, the court cards, and the minors, except when you're doing a reading that relates directly to life's larger issues. Something you may choose to deal with only the major or minor arcana in order to zoom in on a specific type of question. You can actually just keep your decks separate, major, minor. You can keep them in separate bags. I just mix mine all up and shuffle. So, alright, numbers and the tarot. Okay, that contended that the world is built upon the power of numbers. He believed that everything in life could be expressed through combinations of primary numbers. An understanding of the basic symbolism of the numbers is especially helpful when studying tarot. With the exception of the court cards, every card in tarot is linked with a number. The numbered cards of the minor arcana represent events in our lives at their different stages of development. One easy way to learn the pip cards is to study the meanings of the numbers, ace through 10, and combine them with the meanings of the suits. In chart 2, we have defined the numbers and what they can mean in a reading. It's getting a little deeper. A lot deeper. So, personal loss cards. Now, a single card in the tarot pretends death. Not one will actually predict death. Even if there were such a card, it would be simply one possibility among probably one in a billion. So, the future is constantly shifting, in flux. Nothing is written in stone. That's why I always say all the readings that I do are never written in stone. It depends on you. your choice. So, among the minor cards that can indicate personal loss, if surrounding cards support it, the type of loss is usually spelled out in the other cards, and the intensity depends on what the person values most highly. To an elderly widow, the loss of a pet may be as devastating as the loss of a job or a child, where child support would be to a single mother of 4. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. The loss of a pet it's traumatizing. It's worse than, I think it's worse than a human, honestly. Okay. So, both the 5 and the 8 of Cups are about personal loss. In the first, the loss has plunged the individual into such depths of grief he can't see that something remains in his life. In the second, the individual has made a conscious decision to walk away from a situation or a relationship that no longer works. The 5 of Cups suggests that the external event has brought about the grief. The 8 of Cups indicates that the loss was brought about by an internal event. The 7, 8, and 10 of Swords represent different degrees of loss. With the 7, petty theft may be involved. Doesn't necessarily have to be material possessions. Quite often the 7 of Swords mean that you feel your emotions are being plundered or that you are being taken advantage of. The 8 of Swords, by contrast, symbolizes the loss of a rational perspective. The individual feels confused and mentally trapped, as if there is no way out. The 10 of Swords concerns the end of something, a relationship, a marriage, a job, a friendship. It often happens when a confidence is violated. Confidence is violated or trust is betrayed. When a person feels that they have been stabbed in the back. So, the 5 of Pentacles can indicate a loss concerning money or a job. The 3 of Swords suggests emotional or mental anguish, the kind that often results from the end of a relationship. And that can be terrible. That's bad. I was in bed for like a month. It was terrible. It's not worth it. Now that I look back, I'm like, oh my god, I spent a whole month in bed. In that damn bed. Why? Because I felt sorry for myself. Okay, so even though the 5 of Swords is about a gloating victory, it can make you feel as if you've actually lost something. Perhaps because you've somehow betrayed the better parts of yourself in your struggle to win. So, the telling with the loss cards lies in the combinations. For example, if the 5 of Cups appears with the 2 of Cups and the Tower, then a relationship probably ends abruptly and unexpectedly and results in anguish. And me trying to burn the living room down? Yeah, I would say so. If the 5 of Cups shows up with the Ace and the 4 of Wands, it suggests the loss of a raise or promotion, or even a new job. It results in a possible move and eventual greater happiness for the person. Did you like how I snuck in trying to burn the living room down? Whenever one of these troublesome minors appears, look to the surrounding cards for additional information and keep your interpretation simple. If the person you're reading for has question or wants clarification on a particular point, then draw new cards. Put them on top of the others. Just keep drawing cards. It works great. Even if a reading consists only of a negative cards, and on an upbeat note, emphasize that free will is paramount. Never predict a death. I have, for myself, personally, and it did happen, so it was very scary. So I put the cards away for just a bit. Right, so here's a useful table. I don't know. Yes. So here's a useful table that I will go over. In the summer of 1996, Hurricane Edward roared across the Caribbean and evolved into a Category 4 hurricane. What is up with all these synchronicities? Anybody? Alright. Where'd I go? With sustained winds of 145 miles an hour, the residents of South Florida, this held terrifying reminders of Hurricane Andrew, which slammed into the Miami area 4 years earlier, packing winds that gusted to 160 miles an hour. Andrew devastated entire neighborhoods, flattened Homestead Air Force bases, and altered many lives forever. He remained a landmark in people's minds, a gauge by which we measure other storms. That's seriously strange. Ouch. That's seriously strange. So, Edurod, on the satellite photos, looked like the same kind of storm, a sentient being racing towards land. It was well developed, which clearly defined and rather large eye. And although he was relatively small in terms of the area he covered, he packed devastating power. So the experts couldn't decide where he would make landfall. He moved on a north by northwest path until he turned definitely in one direction or another. South Florida remained one of the possible targets. So here they say, quote, "We decided to do a reading on whether Edward would hit our area. This wasn't by any means a frivolous question. We needed to know whether to take precautions. I honestly think if a hurricane is coming to you, you do not need a tarot card or any kind of divination tool to tell you to get the hell out. Stock up on food and water, fill our cars with gas, put up storm shutters, or head for higher ground." We selected 3 cards, all related to the storm's immediate future. The Tower, 8 of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Our interpretation was that people wouldn't take the chances to tower. They would rush out to buy plywood and provisions and put up hurricane shutters. The grocery stores would overstock on water, canned goods, and survival supplies. A hurricane watch would go up somewhere along the South Florida coast. Seriously, really, really odd. Really odd. So, the storm, however, would turn its back on South Florida, the 8 of Cups, by taking a northerly direction very soon, probably within a day, the Ace of Cups. This reading also coincided with what we felt intuitively. Always just follow your mayor or whoever. Yeah, don't do stuff like this. Do not do tarot, Ouija, or anything to tell you that you need to go and be safe from a storm. I think that's very, very bad. So during the 24-hour period that the National Hurricane Center waited for Edward to make up his mind, the local grocery store went nuts. Crates of water crowded the aisles. 59 cents a gallon. $3 and change for a crate of 6. Disposable barbecue grills were a bargain at $2.50 a piece. Wow. I think I need to take a trip. No, I'm kidding. And canned goods proliferated like rabbits. Neighbors speculated about where in South Florida it would hit. Hurricane shutters went up. Plywood sold out. Once we pulled our cards, we did nothing. According to society's present belief system, this is not normal behavior. No, it's not. That's scary behavior. That's borderline, I'm gonna try to kill myself, but not intentionally. Wow. That's not. I don't even like that story. You can't rely on cards for something like this. Thank you guys for adding that. Oh my god. Not even if reading is backed up by your intuition. Or so the pragmatist says. The next morning, a hurricane watch went up along a portion of the South Florida coast, from the Sebastian until northward to South Carolina. About 12 hours later, The watch was removed from Florida and extended from the south of Georgia coast to North Carolina. Then from North Carolina to Long Island, Edward began to dissipate as he traveled over cooler waters. Long Island got rain, but that was about it. Edward amounted to lots of bluster and not much else. The reading was proved to be correct, but more than that, it lined up with our intuitive senses about the storm's direction, which is the most important point about any divination system. If the cards tell you one thing about your and your intuition tells you something else, go with your gut, but make sure it's intuition speaking and not panic or fear or some other emotions that's colored by left brain consensus reality. Guys, don't ever do that. That is ridiculous. So, chart 1. Chart 1 is suits and tarot. So the wands represent work, spiritual issues, ideas of growth. The element is fire. The season is spring. The cups represent emotions, desire, the inner self. The element is water, and the season is summer. The pentacles, money, manifestation, prosperity, health, and property. The element is earth. The season is autumn. Swords, the intellect, left brain thinking, action. The element is air, and the season is winter. Alright, so chart number 2. Numbers of the minor arcana. Let me see how far this is going to go. Okay. Not too much longer. So ace. Aces represent new beginnings, obviously. Pick up. New ideas, creative power, potential. First causes, primary impulses, promise. In a reading, potential. A situation is about to begin or is already in its early stages. 1 is the number equated with the source, the beginning and end of all things, which would be God, Spirit, Source. Oh, it's getting really dark and really windy again. I'm going to try to hurry up and finish this up so you guys can get rid of me. Okay. 2. Partnership, relationships, polarities, balancing and or coming together of opposite forces, duality, choices, decisions, a period of waiting in respite. In a reading, this is a time of a decision or choice, of finding the balance in duality and in partnerships. It's windy. Alright. 3. Synthesis, growth, creativity, abundance, collaboration. I like that word, collaboration. Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Where was I at? Oh, 3. Sorry. Friendship, artistic expression, refining plans, preparing to take action. So, in a reading, unity and group activities are emphasized. Refined plans set into motion at the 1 and 2 levels. Initial achievement of your goals. So you see how it's going through 1, 2, 3. Numerology, if you guys are familiar with it. I love numerology. I love astrology. It's so fascinating. Alright, 4. Foundations, discipline, work, order, stability, solidity, tangible achievement, practical attainment. In a reading, things previously imagined and planned. 4 at the 3 level begin to manifest. Your foundations are stable and solid. These are very, very cool. I like these. I really like these. These are very helpful. 5. And this does go into numerology just a little bit. It does represent what these numbers represent in numerology. So, I think it's very cool. So, you're getting a little numerology lesson today too. So 5, new cycle, changes, progress, shifts, adjustments, fine-tuning, instability, challenge, versatility, freedom, and courage. In a reading, A need for change is indicated. Adjust and fine-tune all that is manifested at the 4 level. Expect uncertainty, but know that it too shall pass. Awesome. Awesome. Love numerology. So, 6. Everybody is always concerned that, oh, the number 6 is so evil, 666, it's the devil. No, it's not. 6. Balance, health, harmony in the face of change, contentment, relaxation, satisfaction, equilibrium. In a reading, triumph over challenges addressed at the 5 level. Harmony and balance are indicated. Take heart. You're closer to your goal than you think. Oh yeah, that's definitely evil. So evil. 7. Spirituality, wisdom, perfect order. The macroism, religion, luck, magic, multiple options. I just about said multiple orgasms. Multiple options. Multiple options, not orgasms. Sorry. You're sorting, in a reading. You are sorting through the options experienced at the 7 level in order to decide what to keep and what to release. Think regeneration, renewal. Cool. I think I just read you guys. Did I read you guys 7 in a reading? Oops. No, I did not read you guys 7 in a reading. So 7 in a reading. You triumph over mundane problems at the 6th level, and numerous options open up to you. A cycle has been completed. So 8. Regeneration and rebirth, reevaluating, putting things in order, setting priorities. In a reading, you're sorting through the options experienced at 7 level in order to decide what to keep and what to release. Think regeneration and renewal. Alright, 9. Bringing things to a conclusion. Integration. Movement, flexibility, fulfillment, attainment. In a reading. Fulfillment. You complete situations that were met at the 8 level and integrate them into your life. What was I going to say? What was I going to say about that? I forget. So it must not have been that important. Right. 10. Wait. Yeah, 10. Transition, renewal to a new cycle, completion, wholeness, mastery, excess, overabundance. In a reading, transition to something new, an ending, preparation for a new beginning. So those are two charts, the numbers of the minor arcana, the suits in the tarot. We've went over the table, the incredibly not smart story, numbers in the tarot, personal lost cards, and we will finish tomorrow. We will go on with the major or the minor, and it's going to be long. It's going to be very long. So we'll start off tomorrow with the wands. But wow, all the synchronicities within that is seriously strange, very strange. So yes, I'm cracking and popping. So yeah, I promise I'm gonna make the full moon ritual event. I promise I'll get that done. I'm getting slowly caught back up on everybody's messages, everybody's everything. I have been so focused on this book. It is crazy. It is very, very crazy. It's just amazing. It's amazing to see it finally. I'm like, wow, really, really awesome. So, what else? That's it for today. So, are my wings too long today? God forbid I want to offend anybody. So, alright guys. will see you all tomorrow. Hope you guys have a good day. Everybody down south, Florida, be safe. Please. Please, please, please. Light a candle for you guys. So, I love you all very, very, very much. Burn myself. And thank you guys for watching. And I will see you all tomorrow. And yes, just everybody please be safe. Be safe. And I love you all very much. And thank you for watching, and that butterfly is going to get smashed. No. I love you guys, so thank you for watching.